Hey guys, it's Ty, you know, the guy with the underground greenhouse. Well, today is March 18th and we just had a pretty big earthquake. We've got about 50,000 people who lost power. And I figured with the apocalypse coming, maybe I should change the name of my channel from Adventures in My WALIPINI to something like Apocalyptic Gardening or something like that. I'm gonna work on that and get back to you. But as you know from my last video, a few days ago, I planted my garden inside my greenhouse and planted a whole bunch of seeds there. And I also planted my peas just over there in that garden box and in that garden box over there. So today I'm gonna plant the corn. So corn, I'm not planting corn. I'm not doing corn this year. I am planting the carrots. And we have one place in the garden where we always plant carrots, but because I have so many carrot seeds and because carrots are so yummy, I'm actually gonna do two sections of carrots. So I'm gonna show you that. I'm also gonna turn the camera around and show you the rhubarb, which is starting to pop up already. And then if you look behind me right here, that's what we call some walking onions. And I've already gone through and kind of pulled the pieces out so the new growth can come nice and easy, but there's a whole bunch of little bulbs in there. So we're gonna put those bulbs away somewhere safe and maybe even plant a couple of them so we will have those for our neighbors. So anyways, that's what we're up to today, and hope you enjoy the video. Look here, you got rhubarb coming up here, 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 over there, and right here. We're gonna get a nice close up here for you. You can see the leaves are starting to pop up here, and so we're gonna have a good harvest of rhubarb this year, you can tell. I'm gonna start with this section right here, and we're gonna put some carrots in there. But before I do that, we are gonna look at this right here. And you see I've already kind of gone through and pulled out a lot of this dead stuff so the new stuff can grow. And I threw that right here. Okay, so here's the pot, and you can see right here next to it, we have two walking onions that have just tipped over and just started to grow right there. So I'm gonna get those out of here so they don't spread to the rest of the garden. Okay, so we're doing two things here. First, I'm gonna pick up all these little pieces like this and throw them in here so I can grow more of these in the future if I want to. And then next, I'm gonna take the dirt from right here because I'm gonna plant my carrots here and I need to put some really good soil right here. I'm gonna take the dirt from here, put it in here, and then I'm gonna transplant these into here. See that? You see all the roots right here? Smells good, nice and oniony. And we're just gonna slide it right into here. Get those roots down. Put a little dirt around it. And then I'll go put this in the greenhouse. Okay, so I decided I'll just leave the walking onions out here in pots for now. We're supposed to get some rain over the next couple days and they'll just do just fine out here. So right here you can see we got this huge pot here and I found two other small ones. So I planted them as well. And then in here, you'll see all of the bulbs that are remaining. So I can plant those if I want or give those to people if they want them. I haven't decided yet, but that's what we're gonna do. So onto the carrots. Okay, so this is our normal carrot section. I'm gonna go ahead and churn up this soil really quick and prepare this area for new carrots. How you doing? This is my buddy Demery hanging out with me today. Say hi, Demery.
Hi.
So we've got all the dirt mixed around in here. So now we're gonna take some of the Miracle-Gro potting soil and mix some of that in with this dirt, and then we will plant the carrots. Okay, so before I put the soil in, I've got some bricks over here, and we're gonna put these bricks in here. And that way, we can build the soil up a little higher. See that, Henry? Put these in. To separate we wanna separate where the carrots are going from where the rhubarb is. It's right here. Perfect. Okay, that gives us better space now. Okay, I got Demry here. She's gonna be my planter. We've got some carrots. This is a mix of different types of carrots. So we're gonna get all sorts of unique, fun carrots out of this batch. And I'm gonna put some in Demry's hand right here. Come here, Demry, bend down. And you're gonna put one in each hole. I'm gonna, there you go, okay. I'm gonna poke a hole and then Demry's gonna drop it in. Ready? Poke, drop. Next, go, gotta go fast. I'm gonna poke a bunch of holes. You start dropping carrots in the holes, okay? Keep going. Demry's covering up all the little holes. I'm just gonna take a little extra dirt and just sprinkle this lightly across the top of everything. And then it's supposed to rain over the next couple of days, so the rain should keep these nice and moist, but we are gonna get out the hose and water in just a few minutes too, okay? I think that's good. Do you think that's good?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the last thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna take our hose from last year and just make sure this can get lots of water. Okay, so our next job is going to be to dig a hole here, get rid of all this dirt, and then we're gonna put some good soil in here so we can grow more carrots. Okay, so I've removed 2 full wheelbarrows worth of dirt. So that's the second one. If you look right here, you'll see we've got it's about 2.5 feet wide and 2.5 feet across, and it's about 1 foot deep. So now I'm gonna take the soil you see over here and pour it down into this hole, and we'll plant the second batch of carrots. Okay, because this hole right here is so much bigger than I figured, I don't have enough potting soil. So I'm stealing the soil from my other box, which isn't in use yet, and filling this hole. Okay, so you can see down here, we've got this second area prepped and ready for our carrots. So I'm not gonna bore you with the planting of these carrots, but I'm gonna do that next. Okay, so now I have the water on, and we're just gonna water the peas and carrots. So I'm watering the rhubarb. We just watered the peas, and now we're gonna just water really quick the carrots that we just planted. I'm also going to water the onions, and then we planted these carrots here as well just now. So we'll get all this nice and watered down, and then it's supposed to rain the next couple of days, so we're hoping that the rain will keep everything moist for us. Okay, today is March 24th, and I'm out here in the greenhouse. We just had a little rainstorm. I just want to show you a little thing that I do to collect a little bit of rainwater. I could be more aggressive and collect a lot more rainwater, but if you see here behind me, this is where the top of the greenhouse ends. So step up here and take a look real quick. So you can see the roof right there. The water runs down the roof and it drips down into these buckets I've set here. And like I said, it's not collecting a ton of water, but it does collect enough for me to water all of my plants inside the greenhouse. So what I'll do is I'll take the water from these little buckets and dump it into this big white bucket over here. And then I'll carry that bucket inside and fill one of the buckets inside the greenhouse that I use to water my vegetable seeds and my citrus trees. You can see that it's also rainy here inside the greenhouse. That's one of the ways here in the spring that I can keep all of the plants watered and healthy without me actually having to physically water all of them, even though I do still add some water when I can. But if you look at the roof here, you can see all the raindrops up here. And if I touch it, you can see that's quite a bit of water comes down. So anyways, that's kind of a cool thing about this greenhouse is that it self-waters. Okay, so now I'm just gonna update you really quick on the seeds. Once again, I have my child's little watering bin. Works perfect for this type of chore. And you can see I just drip it just really lightly here. This, like I said, because the roof self-waters a lot of the greenhouse, these actually stay pretty moist in here without me watering them. Okay, so flipping the camera here, you can see that some of our seedlings have actually started to turn into plants. We've got our first tomato growing here. And then over here, you can see that the cauliflower is already sprouting. Okay, so as many of you know, I've already put this plant food in the soil around all of my citrus trees. So today, I'm gonna put these fertilizer spikes around the trees just to help them grow. What I do now, because the ground can be kind of hard sometimes, this is what the fertilizer spike looks like. And I take this little tool right here, and what I like to do is just kind of make a hole so it's easier to get it in the ground. And I'll just kind of wiggle it around like that just to loosen up the soil in that spot here. And then I'll take this piece here, and it comes with these little caps here to help it from breaking. You just see that, just a little cap you put on there. And we just lightly hammer it in. And then this will just feed the roots throughout the year. I'm gonna try to get down there in the ground all the way. And you can see I'm probably about maybe 2.5 feet from this orange tree you see here and that grapefruit tree right there. And I'll put these spikes around each one of the trees to give them that little boost of energy. Okay guys, you can see it is currently snowing. Today's date is March 25th and it's about freezing outside. I think it's actually just a little above freezing. So I know that like preparing for the apocalypse or just preparing your garden for the year can be very difficult, especially when you live in a place like Utah, where one day it's like 65 degrees, you're out running around in your shorts, having a good time outside, and then the next day it's doing this, it's snowing on us. And so that's one of the huge advantages to having a greenhouse, or in this situation, behind me here, you can see my underground greenhouse or my WALIPINI. And so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna step inside the WALIPINI to see what the temperature is inside of there, and we'll check on my plants as well. So let's step inside. Okay, so now we are in the WALIPINI, and as you can see inside, it's about 53 degrees in here. So we're about 20 degrees warmer inside the WALIPINI than it is outside. And what that means for us is, inside the WALIPINI, you can see my orange tree right here. And this orange tree, if you look right here, a bloom on it. And if you look here at the grapefruit tree, you can see it's got some blooms on it. Obviously the peach tree's got flowers all over it. And then my tiny little orange tree that's tucked back here in the corner also has blooms on it. So normally you can't grow citrus trees in northern Utah, but due to the fact that I have this WALIPINI, I can have these citrus trees, and we're hoping this year, now that they're not babies anymore, that these citrus trees can actually produce fruit for us. So keep watching my videos, and hopefully by this fall, we'll be eating some juicy oranges off of these trees. Hi, it's Ty with Apocalyptic Gardening here in northern Utah, where I am growing vegetables and citrus trees in my underground greenhouse, aka my WALIPINI. This time of the year in the greenhouse, it rains. Okay, that's good. Good rainstorm. Okay, it's March 25th, and as you can see right down in here, you can see there's some little vegetable plants starting to grow. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you that really quick. Okay, so you can see right here, you got the spaghetti squash is starting to grow. And if you look over here, you can see it's popping up here, here, over here, over there. So we got spaghetti squash popping up everywhere. That little tomato plant is still there. If you come over here and look at the cauliflower, that's going crazy. Then if you look over here, you can see cucumber growing here and there and right in over here as well. So cucumbers are starting to pop up. Other than that, we're still waiting for the rest, but that's your progress.